Republicans are trying to pretend that they're not absolutely freaking the hell out over the text messages from Ginni Thomas, the wife of Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, that were released last week. First and foremost, you had Mitch McConnell, who came out and he said, listen, I got total faith that Clarence Thomas is not in any way compromised because of what his wife is doing. And that was, of course, that's what Mitch McConnell would say. That's not surprising at all. But the fact that he even did actually address it, which does say something in and of itself, shows that, yes, he is trying to calm the public's fears, but mostly the Republican fears about what could happen to Clarence Thomas. But it was the Wall Street Journal that really took the cake, because the Wall Street Journal was so furious that this information not exists, but was leaked. So the Wall Street Journal is out there trying to deflect attention away from Ginni Thomas and talk about some kind of grand conspiracy to leak this information at a time when Clarence Thomas, of course, was vulnerable. The court had some big cases they were considering, and here's what they had to say. All of which raises the question of why these messages have leaked. There's no reason to make them public now, and maybe never if they are tangential to what happened on January 6th. The leak's timing suggests another purpose is to damage Justice Thomas as the Supreme Court is preparing to hand down major decisions on gun and abortion rights. And sure enough, the served-up Woodward scoop was followed by demands that Justice Thomas resign or at least recuse himself from cases involving the election. So it's all a big conspiracy, right? Forget about what Ginni Thomas said, right? That she was texting Mark Meadows at least 29 times that we know of, trying to overturn the results of the 2020 election. Totally irrelevant, they tell us. Who cares about that, right? No, that's a huge deal. But instead, they're like, be mad at the leaker, be mad at the timing. Yeah, be mad at the clock, right? Be mad at the calendar instead of being mad at Ginni Thomas. That is how pathetically weak their argument is in defense of what Ginni Thomas did. Don't be mad at her. Don't be mad at Clarence Thomas. Be mad at the calendar, because this stuff is being leaked now instead of being leaked when? A month ago? 2 months ago? Maybe they didn't have it. Maybe it wasn't there to leak yet. If you're in a position where you're having to attack the fact that information leaked instead of the information that was leaked, you've already lost, folks. You've already lost. And this shows you again how desperate they are to downplay these revelations, because yes, they are huge. Yes, they are impactful. And yes, it does weigh heavily on the public's opinion as to whether or not Clarence Thomas can remain an impartial jurist, which I think we all know the answer to that is absolutely not. The man shouldn't just have to recuse himself. He should either resign or be impeached. That's where we're at. Your wife tried to overthrow the government of the United States. These text messages, in my opinion, are very treasonous. Okay? No question about it in my mind. These are treason. And I don't think we should have the husband of a treasonous individual serving on our Supreme Court. This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.